Sometimes in leadership, it pays to throw the ball to stone hands.
Featherstones, off to the races.
Now, in that movie, Stone Hands is the guy that when you throw the ball to him, he's going to figure out a way to drop it. Now, how is that similar to, say, a sales engineer or a salesperson? Well, it usually takes quite some time for somebody to become good at their job, even if they have previous experience. As a leader, one of the tendencies is to say, well, I'm not sure that that person's ready right now, so I'm not going to trust that person to do the job. I'm going to provide a lot more help, or I'm going to do the job for them and then they get to watch. The problem is that you're often learning by doing, and then by never giving the proverbial ball to them, then they never learn. That's problem number one. And problem number two is that if you keep on doing this, then that person may actually get the message that somehow something is wrong with him or her, and she's never going to be able to carry the ball. That's a question of right dosage. You don't want to give the ball to somebody that is not ready to carry it. And it's absolutely okay to say, look, you're in training right now, so I'm not going to expect you to do that. But at the same time, be aware that if you have the tendency to just say, well, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to risk it, then it's self-defeating. Now, maybe that along the way you come up with the conclusion that, well, that person is never going to be able to carry the ball. That's another conversation that is obviously a lot more difficult. But in the case where you say, no, that person has the potential to carry it, then at some point in time, you need to trust. And maybe that, sure, that person at the beginning is not going to be able to carry the ball as good as you are. However, if you trust that person, you empower that person and say, like, look, even if sometimes you're not, like carrying that work as good as I would have done, eventually you will learn. And maybe, who knows, you're going to do that part of the job much better than I am. That's also the hallmark of a good leader.